We have another corporate who's joining us now. Anant Bajaj, the joint MD of Bajaj Electricals, is joining us. In fact, this is a stock that has been hitting new 52-week lows every day because of the way the consumer durable sales have slowed down. Anant, good morning, and thank you for adjusting for us this morning. It's been a very slow patch that the company has seen in the last many quarters. But are you seeing any kind of uptake on the back of festive sales? Has the demand situation improved at all?
Yes, in fact, as we've been saying in our earlier interviews in the media, that we have changed our method of selling from a focus from primary to secondary sale. So as a result, a lot of those sweet deals or primary dumping has completely stopped as a company. So as a result, there has been a volume drop, but as a margin level, actually there has been an increase or remained stable. So, and as far as demand is concerned, in the season right now of water heaters, which is already doing very well, so we are seeing a demand increasing, and at the same time we have a record advanced collections for our air cooler season. So from a demand standpoint, I don't think there's at all too much of a concern. But what is a concern is how quickly can we get the volumes in secondary sale. Because the whole area which we have changed is about moving from primary sale to a secondary sale concept, and a fully replenishment model like how large FMCGs also do. So that whole shift over from wholesale to basically distribution is the key factor for which you will see that consumer durables has had its own issue. But I think third quarter and fourth quarter onwards you should see the turnarounds, because it's also the strongest quarters for them, with the fan season coming up in the fourth quarter, and in the third quarter of course we have the water heater season, which is a very big ticket item in the appliance products. And to that extent there is a clear demand coming up. And I think once there is more clarity on the GST, that will only help make things better, because a lot of our planning in terms of warehousing, distribution will directly depend on whatever GST actually announces, because a lot of our planning has been set up with the aspect of GST coming in. So a lot of those aspects will be able to be passed on, or rather enhanced for the marketplace, once we can have a more clarity on how GST is getting rolled out. And but yes, the customer sentiment is been for us very good. Diwali was decent. It is one of the better Diwali since last 2-3 years.
That's what I was coming to. Actually, Anand, that's what I was coming to. What kind of a volume and revenue growth in your consumer durable numbers can we expect in the third quarter?
That's what. So for the whole year also we are expecting not a very huge top line growth, but what we definitely are looking at is shift over from the wholesale to this whole area.
No, I got that. But what will that mean for margins? See, your consumer durable margins has actually fallen in the second quarter from 6% to under 3%. So when you say you're shifting the sales from primary to secondary, will we see you going back to 6% margins at least in the third quarter or full year?
Yes, we are looking at by end of the year we should come back to a level about 5%, 5 to 6% between that range, because with the stability of the secondary sales, we will start seeing the results in third quarter and fourth quarter. So as a result, in the end of the fiscal year, you will see that sort of stabilization of the new method. And as a result, so this what we are seeing in the first two quarters is not a surprise for us as a company, because it is a planned way of shift over in a method of selling, and for which there is a volume drop but not a margin drop. A margin drop you will see, of course, to the extent that, because if you don't have volume in the numbers of products sold, the overall margin does look down. But if you look at actual individual products, there has been increase in margin, and the volume has to set in, because the cost of people and other things, that remains the same. So to cover that, you need higher volume.
So
and
Anant,
that will start, and we all.
If you can just quickly tell us, earlier when we spoke with you, you indicated that you'll do revenues of 5,000 crores by the end of this year. Do you still hold on to that target?
Yes, absolutely, because our lighting and EPC segments are extremely in a good condition, and now we got in fact yet another ESL order just recently, last week in fact. So to that extent, we have got a very healthy order book both in the EPC segment as well as the lighting segment, so that will help the overall company revenues and profitability.
All right, I think Anand, we'll leave it at that. The traffic is a bit distracting, but nevertheless, thank you for braining that noise and
Thanks.
joining us today with your observations on the consumer durable space. Well, we were chatting with Prakash Gaba on the trading strategies.